Is guacamole a fruit salad?
What is the best milkshake for bringing boys to the yard?
Ostriches are dinosaurs.
Don't piss off old people. New game.
What do you mean it gives you Arby's mouth?
Artisanal muck duck balls.
I think they call that autofellatio.
I want to high five a shark.
Welcome to Bar Banter. Relax, have a drink with us as we debate the most controversial topics in the world today.
On today's podcast, we talk about who is the best sidekick, which TV host would be the best at solving murder mysteries, and lastly, which modern profession would be the best at hide and seek. But first, we have a guest, host of the Best Ever You podcast, master coach, and best-selling author of the Change Guidebook, Elizabeth. Thank you for coming on the Bar Banter podcast. How are you doing?
Great. Thank you for having me. So it'll be fun.
Absolutely. Elizabeth, two things. First of all, what are you drinking? And second of all, you have a new book coming out called the Success Guidebook, where you talk about 10 factors of change. Can you tell us what some of those factors are, and why is strategic procrastination not one of them?
Those are long questions. I'm glad I'm drinking coffee. The grandma here, so I have to stay awake. This is way past my bedtime. But
Same.
all fun. Yeah, I know you have little kids. So the Change Guidebook, it's about so coffee. Yep. I swear it's coffee too. The Change Guidebook is just about change. It's about navigating change, whether you're deciding to make a change or coping with a change or whatever's going on in your life. I think change is one of those things that you need in your toolbox of life, so you kind of navigate better. But change, it goes from like assessing a situation all the way to helping people, just helping. Like once you've mastered it, you turn around and help somebody else. So, and that's that book, and it's won like 5 awards now. I'm surprised. It's interesting to be putting books out in your 50s. It's like, okay, it's something I always wanted to do, and here we're doing it. So
is that something you wanted to do earlier on and just never got a chance to do?
Yeah, all the way since kindergarten, I wanted to be a writer.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And I'm a mom of 4 boys. They're all in their 20s still. So they're 22 to 28. And I've always been writing. And it's been really cool to see things materialize into best-selling books, for sure.
I
a lot
love
of work.
that.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Thanks for asking about my books.
Of course. Richard Mattison, what are you drinking?
I was lucky enough to find a blue moon in my fridge tonight. So
It's going to be a good night.
yeah, I'm just bringing out the security blanket again. Ben, what are you drinking over there?
I went Stella tonight, and Elizabeth's super jealous of your ability to write a book. I don't even think I can still read a book, so I'm very impressed. I'm glad you're on the podcast. Yeah, Travis, what are you drinking?
I am probably going to finish off my Redwood Empire Emerald Giant Rye Whiskey. There's not too much left. That's why I grabbed it to drink tonight, because I was like, I should probably finish this bottle because it's been a couple months. Been nursing it because I'm old. I wish I had a sidekick to help me finish it, but I don't.
I wish Drew was here to boo you.
You've had worse.
Elizabeth, what you'll learn throughout this podcast is, while you are an accomplished award-winning author, I am an award-winning segue deliverer.
Yeah.
I'm so good at all of the segues between topics.
Self-created awards.
Yep.
Yeah,
That
those
is-
are the best kind, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Print out some certificates.
I'm still waiting for them to just surprise me with one. Just like,
Yeah.
here's the segue. And it's just a motorized segue, but like a little.
Well, you're
Trophy
expecting
version.
now. We have to wait for you to,
Yeah, I'll
forget about it.
I'll forget. That's fair. That's fair.
Ruined it.
You're right. It's my fault as usual. Team, real easy question in terms of, there's not a lot of parameters or details, but just who's the best sidekick? I just want to know. Who's got thoughts?
There's a lot.
Who's got answers?
Ooh,
Who's
Ben's
got
so many.
definitive
Ben feels
answers?
opinionated. Get out there, Ben. I like it when you're.
All right, I'll jump out there. Oh, this was hard because there's so many. So I am going to put my camp into one specific area, and I'm going to go to movies. And then I had a few, but one really stands out for me. And while he may not be the most famous sidekick or the one that's loved by as many people. He creates an amazing 1-2 punch with his main guy that just brings the entire movie and series to life, and that's Garth Algar. So in Wayne's World, Garth as
Party
Wayne's
on, Wayne.
sidekick just freaking builds this amazing, hilarious set of movies where Wayne's funny, but Garth just kind of, he's like that, yin and yang. I've loved Wayne's World every time it's on, I watch it. And Garth is a huge reason. But yeah, Garth is I went movies, and then as far as cinema sidekicks, he's one of the best, if not the best.
Garth is actually a really good pick. He was in my list as well. I think a sidekick has to be someone who is kind of ride or die, and also when it's appropriate, elevating the main character or the superhero or whatever situation that person's in. Obviously, they might get into their own shenanigans, which is fine. But at the end of the day, ride or die, they're, pumping up the main character, always kind of playing that support role. And so Garth is a really good pick.
It is a really good pick.
Elizabeth, best sidekick.
Yeah, this is tough.
There's a lot.
I have a lot of them, actually. I had Chewbacca.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's a good one. That's a great one.
I was a Star Wars fan.
Oh, yeah.
I was torn between Chewbacca and like the donkey from Shrek.
Both great sidekick.
The little dragon in Mulan. Like, have you ever watched the?
Oh, Mushu.
Mushu. Yeah.
It's in the theme.
So, yeah.
Yeah.
There's an Eddie Murphy theme there. Maybe, I don't know, but
I like it. Disney theme. I think Shrek was Disney.
Those are always so funny to me, and the donkey. He's like loyal to a fault. It's so cute. So yeah, I don't know. And a good dancer too.
He is a good dancer. Are you putting up all three of them, or are you gonna?
Oh, do I have to pick
We're
one?
kind of a.
Okay, we're gonna pick one.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Star Wars.
Okay.
Love it.
Great.
That was my thing I was doing too.
Richard, sidekick.
Such a good pick.
Ben kind of threw me off with his. I appreciate it, but Elizabeth kind of helped me get back on where I was going to take this. So I think a sidekick needs to be multidimensional, right? Like, you can't just have one thing that they do. So for me, I like some of the Disney pull there. I was very tempted to go Genie to kind of throw back our
Good one.
last episode, but you got to be multifaceted. You can't be restricted by rules. And so to me, give me the magic carpet from Aladdin as one of the best sidekicks out there.
I didn't even think about that. That's good.
I like that better than the Genie, because the Genie to me isn't. Is he a sidekick? Sure, but like, he's
right.
This crazy otherworldly being that he happens to stumble upon. I also would have gone Abu, would have been, sidekick, more sidekick than Genie.
Wow, Aladdin's got a lot of sidekicks.
Yeah, he needs a lot of help. He's just a
lot of help.
Yeah.
I like it. Yeah.
Okay. So I wanted also someone, Rick, I like you that you said multifaceted, because that plays into my my pick here. But I also want someone who's clearly an enabler that's just going to poke and provoke the main person. And I went Bender from Futurama.
I had a feeling one of you were going to
just always causing mischief, always, but like, again, ride or die, up to his own shenanigans, just the best. I almost didn't pick him because he's almost not a sidekick, right? He's almost at that same level, but he is, BFFs with Fry for life, and I went Bender.
That makes me think of like Grimm, like Billy and Mandy.
Oh,
did you watch
yeah.
that? Grimm Adventures.
Yeah. That's a callback. I like that one.
It's a great one.
I had a backup similar to Bender. Well, it's not similar to Bender, but I had a cart. I like how a lot of us went cartoons, because my backup was Smithers from
Simpsons.
The Simpsons, just because he would do anything for her. And it's interesting that we all kind of had a cartoon in our back pocket.
Okay. So right now, the quote official pool that we have is Chewbacca, Garth, the Carpet, and Bender. Also kind of on the table is Mushu, Donkey, any others that we need to kind of just put into the pool before we kind of start narrowing this down? Or are we all kind of set and we know which one we're going with?
No, because I got a bunch, but none of them are as good as what we've got
Okay.
out there. So
Who's
The honorable mentions, if you will.
who's first off the list?
It's got to be Bender.
Off the list?
Off, yeah.
Off the
Off.
list,
Like,
How?
the show's not funny.
That is not true.
I have seen like 20 minutes of one episode, and it's probably the funniest episode out there, but not funny. Bender, not a good sidekick.
First of all, it's a hilarious show, and it may have the most range of any cartoon, from funny to depressing to dark to sad to happy to silly. It's fantastic.
Okay.
We
And
have
out of all of
Great show.
We have this argument in our house.
so, but of all of those spectrums, what does Bender actually deliver to all those?
He provides a lot of that range, which you said that a sidekick has to be multifaceted.
I did. You're right.
Yep. He literally is faceted because he's a robot.
Hate you.
here's
Yes,
my
I got
question about Bender. Is he Fry's sidekick? Is he Leela's sidekick? I mean, is he
He's definitely not
the
Leela's
professor's sidekick? But my point is, all of our other sidekicks are specific to one person.
He's the main character.
Bender plays a role where he's sidekick to a lot of people, which kind of makes him on and off the main
character. He's mostly Fry's sidekick. They are the team.
So angry how much we're talking about this show.
It's a good show.
It is not.
It is such a good show.
Our house hates this show.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Thank you for bringing. It's awful.
There's one human being in the house of 6 that, well, they're not all here, but that likes that show.
Nice.
Loves that show. And
Is that your husband?
No, it's the baseball player.
Okay. I knew it. It's like, it's
Yeah.
about to say, is it the child you're kicking out to Europe? Like,
Let's go to Germany.
Well, all right. Well, if I'm getting voted off the island, that's fine.
Are there repercussions here? Do we get?
Yeah, I might lose an arm. It's fine. It's fine. I'll just make the segues worse. It's fine.
Oh no.
Can you?
Can I? I can go much worse. Elizabeth, I did one the other day where I said, "Hold on, let me get my ducks in a row," and I got. It was so good. I
have questions though. Like, why do you have those? What are they for?
Why do you have a row of ducks? What a question.
Why do you have that? Where did you buy that?
The better question is, why do I have a pack of like 300 in my basement? That's the better question.
That is a question.
But I'm not going to answer that question.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you have to come on for a second episode to hear the answer.
Okay.
Yeah,
man of mystery.
So between Chewy, the carpet, and Garth, I mean, I gotta go Chewy. Like,
I'm okay with that.
Yeah,
I'm okay with Chewy. He was on my list too.
Yeah,
it's hard to compete with that as a sidekick.
Yeah, he's probably number one in my heart for sure. I don't know if he's the quote best, but in my heart, he's the best sidekick. All right, so Chewy it is. Chewy's the best sidekick of all time. Were there others that you wanted to share that were on your list that you thought of?
Yeah, but I didn't think you guys were going to agree. One of my all-time favorite musical groups is Hall & Oates, so I was going to say Oates as a phenomenal sidekick. But
Brittany liked that one.
Yeah, I mean, obviously Daryl Hall was the the mainstay, but even though they were a pair, I mean, let's be honest, Oates was the sidekick. So.
Yeah.
I was tempted to say French fries, but I didn't think I'd be able to get everybody on board with that random of a take.
I would have.
That's a really good idea, actually.
Yeah.
What kind of French fries, though?
Well, that's a different argument.
That's a whole show on French fries.
Yeah.
What about the phone that was called a sidekick?
I thought about doing that. I was like, that might be too. Like I don't want to say obvious.
The one that flipped up. Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of the first kind of like expanding phones when they were coming out after the flip phone, called the Sidekick. Had a full keyboard. One of my favorite sidekicks. He couldn't be the best, but I would feel bad without mentioning Silent Bob.
Nice.
Just a rock, just there. Oh, it's super dependable.
Dude, have you ever noticed how much Silent Bob looks like Drew? Is that a thing?
Yes, they do look very similar. If you were to murder Silent Bob, you could probably put Drew in his place.
But who would you have to solve it?
That is the question. Which TV host?
Oh, there's a segue. I get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's real good.
We
Let me
missed
tell
them a
you.
lot.
Pause for a quick second. I do want to give a shout out to Elizabeth for joining the podcast this evening. It was a pleasure having her on. If you have a chance, go check out her new book, The Success Guidebook, available for pre-order on Amazon right now. So you can go ahead and pre-order that and get your copy as soon as it's available. What are you doing? If you want to learn more about success, go order her book. Just go do it. You can be successful in ordering her book. You're already done. You've done it. You are now successful.
All right, team. We got Sidekick out of the way, but now let's talk murder. Let's just jump straight into murder. If there was a murder that happened, and if you had to choose a television show host, which TV host would be the best to help you solve this murder? Elizabeth, do you want to start us out on this one?
I got lots again. So
That's fine.
I went all, Pat Sajak on this for a little bit.
I
Okay.
like
I
it.
don't know why. I went Pat Sajak, but then I went like Jimmy Fallon because I was thinking Jimmy Fallon can like morph into all those different characters, like Fletch kind of thing. He could Fletch that.
Mhm.
So that's kind of, I
Is-
don't know.
Is he going to spend too much time laughing at his own jokes to actually help solve the murder, though?
Maybe there's a thing there, yeah, for sure. But he can imitate anybody. He can dress up. I don't know. But Pat Sajak was my original answer.
That's a good
And I have
one.
no idea why. It's kind of like Wheel of Fortune.
Yeah, that's
I'm
a good one.
watcher. I actually kind of want to be on that show.
On Wheel of Fortune?
I do.
Who doesn't? That's a great
Yeah.
show.
Mm.
Great show.
God, I love the bloopers of that show. They're hilarious.
There's some bad ones.
There's so bad.
Say that Achilles was the best one, I think, at Chili's or whatever they said. Anyway, his ability to
Yeah, I had a talk show host on mine as well, but I moved him way down the list, and I kept going back to murder being, a lot of murders are obviously crimes of passion. So then I wanted somebody who could, figure out different reasonings, emotional reasonings, connections with family, friends, stuff like that. So I needed somebody
God,
who
if you
could
say Dr. Phil.
look into someone's psyche.
Yes.
And
Here comes Dr.
you
Phil.
think I'm going to say Dr. Phil.
Oh, no.
Either that or Murray.
I'm actually going to say Jerry Springer.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Because I think he would have the energy. I think he would look at things in a completely sideways way of thinking, but still understand kind of that emotional family aspect to it. So I went Springer. I thought he would be a great detective.
He definitely has the most experience with white trash, probably of all the people we're going to mention, who are probably high on the pie chart. So I think it's a good.
He ran for some public office. I don't know what that has to do with him solving a murder, but he's got to have some sort of charisma that could help out in that situation.
I like where Ben's trying to take it, but can we agree that murder and murderers are a type of predator out there?
Okay.
Can we make that connection?
I see where you're going. Yeah.
And so because of that, should we not pick someone who is accomplished and already did this?
Yep.
So it needs to be Chris Hansen for To Catch a Predator.
Mm-hmm.
He would be the one who would solve these murders.
But is Chris just the face of it? Is he down doing the work to actually find these predators? Or
Chris doesn't reveal his secrets to the mere underlings of us. He keeps that locked away.
Okay. I like that. They are
What
predators.
you got, Travis?
Ooh,
What do you have over there?
Oh boy. I feel like I have to go with this answer because it's just too good not to. And I want someone who is fought villains before. And I'm gonna go Space Ghost from the Space Ghost Coast to Coast series.
That's a good one.
Wow.
Like he has, I don't want to say he has powers, but he can fly. He's got, lasers. He knows the ins and outs of all the bad guys, that he knows their their MO, and he's going to be able to help us solve a murder.
He's an
Investigate-
idiot.
He's not in the original, on the talk show he is, but in the actual original cartoon he's not.
So all I remember about him doing his talk show was how dumb he was. But
Well, yeah, him and I think it was Rack, I think, the little mantis dude who played like the piano, who was his sidekick on the TV show. Anyway, all right, so we've got Jimmy Fallon.
Wow.
We've got Chris Hansen, Jerry Springer, and Space Ghost.
What about Drew Barrymore?
She is a talk show host now, yeah. I don't know if she'd be good at solving murders, but
I don't know.
I'm a little shocked before we pick one that no one said Alex Trebek.
I almost had him. I had him on there, and then I crossed him off. I'm like,
You read from a card, Trebek. You wouldn't know that if you didn't read from a card.
Him and is it? I'm gonna butcher his last name. Jeff Probst, the host of Road Rules and the MTV shows, where he's just got to deal with a bunch of degenerates for a long time. I don't know. Just seems like he could put up with a bunch of shit. All right, we got to pick a TV host. Who we going with? I don't love the Jimmy Fallon.
no, I like the Chris Hansen one.
Okay,
That's right, we do.
we got 2 for Chris Hansen. Ben.
I mean, if it's not going to be Springer, then I would probably pick Chris Hansen.
Okay.
Yes.
But Springer's still my first pick.
I like Chris Hansen. I am skeptical about his ability. Now, if he's got his team behind him, yeah, Chris Hansen's a clear winner. But yeah, I guess Chris Hansen's gonna take it, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. That's a good answer. Well done, Rick.
Thanks.
Bravo.
Well done.
Yeah, that was a pretty good one. I didn't even think of him.
Trying to think of how to get to the next topic. It's almost like it's hiding from me. And there should be a modern profession to help me get to the next topic. We should hire someone. Team. Fam. What modern day profession would be best at hide and seek? And I want to take a crack at this one first because I think I have the answer. One of my favorite sayings, and this kind of ties back into the last topic a little bit. One of my favorite sayings is the best place to hide a body, so hiding something, is on the second page of a Google search. And so I want to go with a Google search engineer as the best person or best profession that would be really, really good at hide and seek. Because they're good at hiding everything. Yep.
I see what you did there.
Yep.
Definitely modern profession.
Yes.
I feel like I need to have a reason why I don't like it. I haven't come up with one yet.
Because there's no bodies on the internet, Ben. That's why.
It doesn't have to be bodies.
There's no bodies on the internet.
It's just hide and seek. They're good at hiding stuff. They're good at hiding information. Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Yes, they are.
I wouldn't know.
Okay.
Do you
Ever.
the person who's better than your search engine, whoever, is someone who plays hide and seek as a profession. So we need the real professional here. So give me a nanny / babysitter, however you want to describe them, as the person who would be the best at hide and seek. Because no one knows the tricks of the trade or the weird hiding spots of the house like they do.
See, Rick, here's why you're wrong. Are you ready?
Because you can find a babysitter on page 1, but you have to go to page 3 to find Cindy.
You're right. That's one.
Is
That's
that why
answer
you're gonna
one.
say?
No.
You know, I once took out an ad in the newspaper here when the kids were all little. It said "Free the parents." That's all it said. And the best babysitter ever showed up. Just sidebar, and a guy showed up to free the parents, and
I love that.
all he did was play with the kids because they're 4 boys. But anyway, sorry.
No, you're good.
I took his time.
That's fine.
Take the segues.
Yeah,
we're in for them.
No, those are my thing. As any parent of a young child knows that would actually need a babysitter, children are not good at hide and seek at all. At all. My 4-year-old, when he wants to go hide, he'll be like, okay, but can you stay in here while I hide? Or he'll want to be in the room while I'm hiding and then can't find me later. Or I'll be very obvious, my feet will be sticking out of something and he will not be able to find me.
Yeah, but yours are too young.
That's what I'm saying.
Yours are too young.
But at some point around when they start getting good, they don't need a babysitter anymore. So the babysitter never has the opportunity to actually be challenged.
That's parent dependent there, Travis.
They don't, they're not challenged with, no, they're not even going to be playing hide and seek by the time they need it. Because they're not going to have all their friends over. You know, if it's one or two kids, you know, if you want to play, what's the one we used to play in Nick's basement?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yeah,
but I remember.
One. But there were like 12 of us, and that's what made it fun. Versus like, oh yeah, just having a babysitter having over for maybe 4 kids. Yeah, you might, you know, might take a extra second to find one of them, but you're gonna be able to find all those kids very easily. So I don't think they're gonna be very good at it.
All right. Let's hear the rest of the selection here. Elizabeth, Ben, what do we got?
So I appreciate the nanny premise. The thing I'm getting stuck on with the nanny though is it's kind of like a very one lane type of experience. You know, you're little kids, houses, you know, there's not really, you know, if this hide and seek is anywhere except for your neighbor's house, you know, the nanny's not going to work out great. So I wanted somebody who could potentially walk into any room or any area and try to assess what's going on, assess where people could be hiding, look at shape, sizes, you know, how quickly they could run to 2 rooms away because I counted to 20. So I want a mathematician. I want somebody who and the reason why I am going this direction is because I wanted somebody who could walk into a room and really just, you know, see the angles, see the sizes, and kind of put everything together. There's still mathematicians today. I appreciate that it's not only a modern profession, but there's probably a modern profession out there that is related to it. So,
well, you should have done the research to find what the actual modern profession was.
Wait, so is mathematician the actual submission?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the history of geometry says that it was founded about 3100 BCE. So I would not call mathematician specifically a modern profession.
Well, it's still a modern profession. It's just also in the past.
Yep.
This is boring.
I'm okay.
This one's boring for me. Sorry.
Probably better than mathematician. So.
No. I got a boring answer, but it's an H&R Block representative. I don't know. Like
wait,
I can spin that one. I can spin that one.
I like that better than the Google search engine.
No, it's for the same reason, because they can hide the money. They can hide the money so you don't have to pay as much taxes. I like that answer. That's in the same vein as mine.
Oh yeah, I was going with H&R. The other one I was thinking more of like trying to find a bug exterminator. That's probably really dumb too. Sorry.
No, I like that too, because they're going to know all the nooks and crannies of your house, unlike the nanny and the babysitter.
I had deep thought on this one. I was like, I wonder.
No, I like both of those.
I like the nanny idea, but if you lose my kids, you're not coming back.
Yeah, but nanny's not modern either, based on your nannies have been around for hundreds of years.
Can you hire one today? It's modern.
No, that's my argument. I'm agreeing with you, but that because you can have a mathematician today, but Travis is saying that if it's been around, if it was hundreds of years ago, it's not modern.
Which is why H&R Block and Google Search Engine have got the only 2 valid answers. I mean, I'm not willing. I liked H&R Block. I liked that one. I don't like Babysitter or.
I like H&R Block over yours because at least there's a reason, and yours was based off a dumb joke. So give me H&R Block over your Google search engine.
I like the Google one. I got to go with the Google one on that one.
She's leaving her own camp.
She's leaving her own camp.
My own camp. I thought my
unprecedented.
Kind of questionable. I don't know. The Google one's better than mine.
I can't pick. I don't like any of them, including mine. I don't like any of them. So
no. Be decisive, Canada.
I've been decisive for months. It's been a long time since I was indecisive. Let me get a little bit of my roots back.
Did you have any others?
Me?
Anyone? If we're kind of, you know, teetering on Google Search Engineer,
but not like it just one of Ben's abstaining.
Yeah, I mean, I had
2 episodes in a row, and
I had a backup. I had a backup that's actually modern. a SWAT officer. So a SWAT officer is all about, going in. I was playing, I had the same brain, but it's all about going in, looking at angles, looking at the best entry point, exit point, least amount of casualties, like literally knows
But there's
how to
no
read
searching.
rooms.
They know where they are. Because they already have you
There's
bugged.
tons of searching. They have literally searching enemies on a regular basis.
No, they
Because
get
SWAT
calls
is
and they're
not
like,
just,
they're
but
here.
SWAT's not just sniping. SWAT is everything. It's not just sniping. They go in, they get people out. No, I'm just saying they don't always know where people are. It's a mix. So they're good at finding people, whether it's hostages, whether it's bad guys.
That's a good one.
No, it's not.
I like that one. I like
Because
that one.
they get called to a location. They don't go find them. They get sent.
What if they run out the
Well,
back
someone
door
has
and
already
chase?
found
But
them,
if you don't know the location,
and they don't
then-
hide.
if you don't know, enemies hide.
They're not good at searching.
And when they're in a fire, if they're like shooting enemies, then they're hiding behind walls and shit. But they have to have a location. If you're playing hide and seek, you got to have a location. I mean, does your nanny know? I mean, are we narrowing it down to Earth? Is Earth the hide and seek location? You
Why
gotta have
stop
a
there?
spot.
I mean,
stop there?
what if?
Well, then your Google search engine can't do it.
Who knows? They might have gotten on a rocket ship.
Well, then maybe a rocket scientist would be the right answer for this.
Would you quit trying to pick people that go deal with angles? That has nothing to do with hide and seek.
All I can think of is angles and math.
You're so no wonder you lost this game. You're so bad at hide and seek.
No.
If we were talking about pool, then
There
you'd be
you
on
go.
something.
Cool.
I also
Billiards.
billiards.
Was billiards better?
Yes. I almost went I don't know if this is an actual profession by itself, but just Photoshopper, someone who just like hides things that people don't want to see. They just get rid
That's
of
a
them.
great one, actually.
Yeah.
I think you can probably just say photographer.
Yeah, but
Like-
like they're also taking the pictures. But I'm talking about specifically the editor, photograph editor.
And thank God for that.
Editor. I like it.
All right, well, Google search engineer it is. Great. Rick, you're causing a ruckus and you're getting us kicked out of the bar.
It happens.
It happens. Guys, team, it's time for last call.
Hey, real quick. You listening? Cool. Do me a favor. On your app, wherever you're listening to this podcast, there's a button to follow or subscribe or some sort of a notification type bell. Whatever you do, don't click them. Don't click those buttons. Don't do it. Or click it. Whatever it doesn't matter. Just fine. It's fine. Just click it. It's cool. Just do whatever you want. Preach.
All right, it is time for last call. This is going to be a really quick would you rather segment. We're going to start off with Elizabeth. You're going first. Then we're going to go Rick, and then we're going to go Ben, and then we're just going to go on to the second question. Whatever pops in your mind first, just whatever your gut tells you, that's going to be your answer. So this is supposed to be quick, supposed to be fast, and just right off the dome. So we're going to just jump right in. Elizabeth, would you rather use toothpaste as deodorant or deodorant as toothpaste?
Oh, toothpaste as deodorant for sure.
Toothpaste as deodorant. Rick,
Yep. Toothpaste as deodorant.
toothpaste as deodorant. Ben, toothpaste as deodorant.
Make it 3. Toothpaste.
That's a
deodorant.
clean sweep. I like it.
Nice.
So
That's
gross.
clean sweep.
The
I
other
get
way
that's
around.
fine.
Elizabeth, would you rather bring Steve Irwin back to life or Bob Ross back to life?
Bob Ross.
Rick
Same. Bob Ross.
and Ben.
Oh, that's hard. I love them both, but I am actually going to go with Steve Irwin.
Okay. There's not a wrong answer there. They're both great. Elizabeth, would you rather be in a food fight or a water balloon fight?
Food. Can
Rick?
eat it.
Yep. Food.
Food. Ben.
Probably water balloon. 'Cause I know
Okay.
what's getting thrown at me.
Elizabeth, this is a tough one. Would you rather listen to the Barney theme song or someone slurping soup for 24 hours straight?
Oh man. I'm gonna go with the slurping soup.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Rick?
The soup.
Oh my God.
Yeah, they're not a good
No,
option.
That's all.
Give me the Barney. Give me the Barney.
Really?
Yeah. Give me the Barney.
I love you. Really?
Yep.
All right.
Ben, Barney or soup?
Yeah, slurping soup. It's fine.
Elizabeth, would you rather start every sentence with "Hey, jerkface," or end every sentence with "Haha, just kidding"?
Haha, just kidding.
Give me hey jerk face.
Has to be hey jerk face.
Okay.
It's gender neutral. It's it works.
Every sentence from now on starts
Every
with
sentence.
hey, jerkface. Elizabeth, would you rather have no elbows or no knees? Again, not a good option.
Not easy.
Yeah,
No knees.
knees. Okay. Rick
Yeah, I'm gonna go no knees as well.
and Ben.
No knees, no knees, no knees. No.
Last question. This one's a thinker, and it's a long one, so just listen in. Elizabeth, would you rather have dinner with Brendan Fraser or Keanu Reeves, but if you bore them, you die?
Keanu Reeves.
No, I would not rather.
Oh wait. Let me see. Is there?
Did you pick one? Is that what I did? I do it right?
No,
No,
you
you
did.
You
Okay.
did.
Rick is picking the no
picking one.
option.
You
That's
said
no option.
no.
Which let me see. That is not an option. Please try again.
Give me Brendan Fraser.
All right, and Ben.
Dude, love me some Keanu, and he's such a nice guy. He would never let you know that you were boring him.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Like, I don't think he'd let you know that you were a total bummer to be around.
That's fair. I like that. Okay. So let's recap some of these. The second question was Steve Irwin or Bob Ross. And Rick and Elizabeth, you guys went Bob Ross. Is there any reason why you picked Bob Ross over Steve Irwin? Doesn't have to be. You can just...
Steve Irwin doesn't do it for me. I just never. The one good thing he gave us was that commercial, and other than that,
Bob Ross is just cool. He's
Okay.
just pants and yeah, he's just Bob Ross.
Yeah. Ben, any reason why you picked Steve over Bob?
I mean, mainly because I love them both, and I felt like Steve had his life cut shorter. So that was that's so bad. But yeah, that's why I went Steve. It was
you get it,
One A,
Travis,
one B.
because he was killed by a stingray. That was the joke.
Yeah, I got it. I'm
Okay,
not happy
all
about
right.
it.
Just
I don't appreciate that.
Yeah.
I'm still a little upset that Steve's dead. Just so you
I
know,
did-
I'm still dealing with it.
I didn't make the joke. Don't look at me.
I feel guilty for laughing.
No,
Yeah.
you don't.
No,
No,
you
you
don't.
don't.
No, you don't.
No, you don't.
It was a great joke.
laughter's the best medicine.
Just not for stingrays.
Laughter can cure everything except for stingray to
I
the
actually have
heart.
a Bob. I actually have
It's just a
Bob,
happy little accident, you know?
One of my kids
Bob
has-
Ross was around.
Bob Ross chia pet thing. You know, one of those. that they-
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. We
Okay.
actually own that.
He would be perfect for a chia
I don't know
pet.
what to do with that, but yeah, it's up in somebody's
You
room.
just throw it out.
Yeah, there's a Bob Ross movie coming out this year.
I believe that. There's also a Mickey Mouse horror movie coming out because now that's in the public domain. So excited about that.
Yeah, I think Owen Wilson's playing Bob Ross.
Yeah, that's a great fit. Great fit. Let's see here. Rick, you chose Barney over the soup. Why'd you go Barney?
I did, because at some point, like, if it's any sort of like rhythm to it, you can just tune it out. Like, yeah, it's probably not the most, like, it's an annoying song, but there's no guarantee the slurping is like in a good pattern to where so I can't. The inconsistency with that would drive me crazy.
My gut was Barney because the soup would make me hungry and want soup. And like in times where
That
I didn't have access to food, I'd be like, hey, can I get some of that? But then you just brought up a good point of like the inconsistency. And I kind of want a little bit of the inconsistency. And I feel like that might be like white noise a little bit. And I would be okay with it after a while. I don't know. They're both terrible options.
That song is hard to shake. Are you sure you want that in your head? That Barney song? That's
No, I'm
Think
not.
about
But I am
But
sure I don't want Slurpee McSlurperson
that
following me around all day. So
that song's like that What Does the Fox Say one. Remember that? Ding ding ding.
yeah.
Ding, 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 ding,
I have a
ding.
4-year-old. Of course I know that song. It plays every
yeah.
day.
Yeah. My kids had one of my kids, my oldest one loved Barney and had Barney light up shoes and sang that song. I'm done with Barney.
The amount
Does it
of
still have 'em?
toys that make sound in my house that I just want to throw out because they go off at like 4 a.m. and I think someone's sneaking in.
Nice.
Oh, it scares me. Elizabeth, you would rather say haha just kidding at the end of a sentence, which means you could probably never have a serious conversation ever again over jerk face.
No, I don't want to. I don't know if I want to call people jerk faces though. I think of the two, I'd like one. I don't know. Haha, jerk face. Just kidding. Works.
Maybe you'll be a trendsetter and it'll become a positive term of endearment. Like,
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah.
jerk face.
Hey, jerk.
hey.
Hey, yeah. Hey, jerk face. Yeah.
Uh,
That's a toss up right there because haha, just kidding is
Oh yeah, neither are
that's
good.
annoying as hell.
Yeah. I'm just kidding. You all went knees. I would agree. My knees are already bad, so get rid of them. And then Rick, you went Brendan Fraser over Keanu.
I did. Because I feel like the Keanu you would have to potentially carry. Like Keanu, you said is not gonna tell you he's bored. But Brendan Fraser, if he is bored, he's the funny one. He's like, all right, I'm gonna make myself unbored because he has more comedic value. And also I just feel like I could vibe off that longer than Keanu.
I think there'd be more energy. I'm not saying
Like-
either one's bad,
Like
but
hanging
I
out with
think
my
there's
brother all day.
Yeah, that's about right. Why is your brother Aaron Rodgers? I don't know. Elizabeth, Rick's brother looks strikingly similar to Aaron Rodgers. It's very weird.
Really.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
really weird.
Like
Like
95% match.
at least 10 years ago was probably the last time I saw him. If he was across the room and you didn't know anybody, you're like, that's okay, that's not him. But you'd have to take a double take for sure.
That'd be hard.
Yeah,
You'd be in danger almost in some places because people are mad at Aaron Rodgers
that's
right
true.
now. Does he get mistaken for him actually? Does he
What?
do people come up and ask him?
I don't know if anybody ever actually has. It was a joke in my family for a while, especially when like the discount double check commercial was popular.
Yeah.
So I'll have to ask him if he's ever been actually confused with Aaron Rodgers. But
One of the quarterbacks, I can't remember who it is now, but he looks exactly like the guy from The Notebook. I think who's the
Oh,
quarterback?
Ryan Gosling. Yeah, it's Jared Goff from the
Jared
Lions.
Goff. Yeah,
Yes.
the Lions
he was a
quarterback.
defensive
Yeah.
liability and
Yeah, beat my
remember
team.
the Titans.
Mhm.
He was.
I would also probably go Brennan just for, like Rick said, I think the energy would probably match, just vibe a little bit better. But I would be happy having dinner with both of them. Probably be a little nervous because I might die, but that's besides the point.
I have a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Are you guys Swifties at all? Honestly,
I think Ben, you're a Swiftie, right?
No,
No,
but
okay.
not a Swiftie?
I used to be.
I
It got
don't-
me out of a ticket once.
I don't have an issue with Swift. I'm kind of in the middle. You know, one of my absolute best friends is a major Swiftie.
I am.
Yeah, perfect. No issues. I mean, either side.
Is the topic annoying or anything? Because I was
Not at
thinking
all.
if I had you on, we could talk about Swiftie, Taylor Swift, and then the affirmations. Like I could do like two
Yeah.
little.
That would be
Interesting.
fine.
That work?
Yeah, no issues with Taylor.
Yeah, we are not Swifties in that we want to go to her concert, but I think we're Swifties in that we know her songs and
Mhm.
we will,
We'll sing them if they're on.
Yeah,
We prefer it over the Barney song and slurping for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
My husband got us tickets to
That's
got 6
awesome.
tickets. He won that lottery thing, and so we actually got tickets to go see Taylor Swift at Gillette.
Nice.
Ooh.
And so I took my
At
best
Gillette.
at Gillette, yeah, night one Gillette, and we went to. I took my best friend and her daughter, and then our son's fiance and one of their girlfriends. So we just did a big girl party, and I was not a fan. Like I could have kind of cared less. I'm like, this is good for them. But once I saw that concert, I'm like, oh my God, she is a powerhouse. Like I don't know how somebody sings that many songs in a row, and dances like that, and does all that stuff, and night after night after night, it looked exhausting. But they decorated me with all these bracelets, and I'm like, what are these for? And then I figured it out and all stuff. So
Were
I
they
kind
the-
of went in not knowing, and then came out after the concert going, oh, okay, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, my wife is a Swiftie.
Yeah.
If she wanted me to go to a concert, I would. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I have
wouldn't.
my
I
own
wouldn't turn
special
down.
hashtag, Swiftie over 50. So
Well, I like that. That's a
Oh,
good
bad.
one.
So bad though.
No, it's not. That's great.
Can you name Taylor Swift's boyfriend, Elizabeth?
Well, Travis Kelce, yeah.
Okay, just
Well,
making
I cheered for football.
Before?
So
Okay, great.
I know sports like really, really well.
She's got
Oh my
4
gosh.
boys. She was
And
Oh,
four
that's a good
boys,
point,
but I
yeah.
actually was a cheerleader for football, wrestling, basketball.
Nice.
So I know sports. And then my dad would take me to, I'm from Iowa actually, but we would go to Minnesota and go see the Wild.
Mm.
But back then they were the North. That's so old. They were the North Stars.
Mhm.
So yeah, but yeah. So I grew up with my dad teaching me sports, and I can throw a spiral.
Oh, nice.
I can actually throw a football too.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's random. Sorry.
No, that's great.
Oh, good.
Well, Elizabeth, thank you for coming on. Tell us one more time about your new book that's coming out in April.
Yeah, thank you. Well, it's the Success Guidebook, How to Visualize, Actualize, and Amplify You. And it's just all about redefining success for people so that you don't have to feel like it's the dollars in your bank account or the job you have or anything, like those traditional measurements to define you, but you get to kind of define it for yourself. And it should be a really great book. There's 20 contributors, and
Wow.
yeah, it's got 20 people who showed up to share their stories also, in addition to me writing. And every book I write is a master class, so you can actually get a certification. So I've got change and success master classes.
That's fantastic. I
Yeah,
love
no,
that.
it's exciting. Yeah, again, and to be 54 and having books come out is a pretty big deal. So yeah, kind of like lifelong dreams happening.
No,
So
that's impressive. We had another author on not too terribly long ago, and she said she had 13 books out or something, and she not just started writing, but she hadn't been writing for that long. And I was just like, I can't even think of like a bedtime story to tell my kid. Like I can't think of 13
send you one.
stories, books to. Well, we've got plenty of books, but like,
Yeah.
I just like to come up with 13 stories. That's very impressive. So
I have a new
anyone that can do
children's
that.
book. Yeah, I have a new children's book too that this one I self-published. I don't usually self-publish my books, but
Mhm.
Blueberry and Jam Adventures in Maine. And it's about a
love
cat and mouse that travel all around Maine and teach kids geography and blueberries and all this good stuff. So that's pretty cute too.
It's adorable.
I'll send you that so you have that.
Absolutely.
Do we have some kids here? I can send books out.
Just
Okay.
me.
Just you. Okay.
Just me.
But yeah, no, thank you for all the book love.
Absolutely.
And, fun hanging out with you guys.
Thank you again for coming on. It was a pleasure. And then, I think one way to define success is by listening to a full episode of this podcast, which hopefully our listeners have done. If you are still listening, please, there's a link in the description to support the podcast. Funds can go to help us buy equipment, actually see each other in person from time to time. We just had an episode that came out today when we're recording, January 24th, where we were actually all together at the same time. Danny flew in from California. That was great. And just remember that this is our podcast and you're just along for the ride.